Hello everyone, this is Highlander from MTG Cardsmith doing another custom Magic the Gathering card review, and today I have my special guest with me, Island Snake,
Hey everybody.
and we're reviewing a card by TGBC for his set Corrinella. Here we got a card called Bloodied Doll. This is a 6-mana red creature, human construct, artifact creature. It's got an artifact border, but it doesn't say artifact creature.
It, I don't like the fact that this is a human. This is not a human. It's a doll. Pick one. The thing is, if it's a doll with blood, then
It's a bloodied doll.
that's just a human, right? That's just a human with like porcelain skin. Uh, I don't know. Like I think it should be an artifact creature.
Well, definitely, it's using the artifact creature border, so I assume it's supposed to be an artifact creature, but it doesn't say it's an artifact creature.
This also goes with your mech augment argument about that it should make them like into artifacts.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, but I can't actually tell what the type should be based on this art. All of this art kind of looks the same to me.
It looks like to me like they're going for like a homunculus maybe.
I don't know, man.
It's a
I'm lost on this
yeah.
one, personally.
Well, that art is probably not of an actual doll, but anyway, let's see what the actual
All
card
right, so
does.
this is a 4/6, a 6-mana 4/6. Mech augment 2 and 2 colorless. Upon augmentation, deal 4 damage to target creature. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token called Puppet. Um,
Okay. Is it so? Is this a vampire puppet? Is this what I'm supposed to believe now? Like they're kind of
yeah, I'm
just
not.
like using blood to make more puppets in quotes, but they're really just like serpents.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure of the flavor of this one personally.
So I'm also really confused with like maybe that's like a common wording, but it says whenever you cast a non-creature spell. So I know that when you summon a creature from your hand, that counts as a spell.
Yep.
Um, but are the effects that those creatures do, like the effects on the card that have mana cost, are they considered creature spells
No.
or not? Okay,
No.
they're not.
So a non-creature spell would be an instant, a sorcery, or an artifact, an enchantment, a planeswalker.
Okay.
Those would be non-creature spells.
Create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature. That's just a lot. That's a big mouthful.
Yeah. Well,
It's also a 1/1, which makes me angry. All this for a worthless 1/1.
Oh, hey, 1/1s aren't worthless, man.
Upon augmentation, deal 4 damage to target creature. This is a repeat of previous augmentation things where it's like, okay, you get like a lightning bolt or a lava axe or whatever, and then the augmentation is just dead in the water
Yeah.
and a liability.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So this has a similar issue to a lot of the other augmentations we've seen, where it doesn't really give this one a permanent bonus. It just does something. I think this card's actually a little bit weak, personally. So you're paying 6 mana, 3 red requirement for a 4/6. Okay, so it's understated. It's at rare. And you have to pay 4 additional mana in order to deal 4 damage to something. If this was it was a 6-mana 4/6 that dealt 4 when it came into play, you're starting to talk then. But here you have to pay an additional 4, so you have to pay 10 mana total for that, right? And then it has this effect on it here.
And 4 is more than like a lightning bolt, right? Like or a lava axe. Like 4 mana for 4 is not a good mana to damage. Is it?
Lava Axe is only to players.
Is lava axe a really old card?
It's an old card, but it's only to players. Deal 5 damage to target player or planeswalker. Catch.
Fair enough.
Yeah, last time it was printed was 2019, so 3 years old. So
it's not really very. It's also target creature only. You can't target permanent or target anything.
You can't target planeswalkers or players. Again, if there's nothing in play, you have. So okay, so this one also has some wording issues. Let me reword this, and then I'll explain why. So, okay, Mac augment to
As we go forward in
see.
this set, I'm starting to be more convinced that the mech part can be dropped.
Yeah, I think it
Because
should
this
just
one's
be,
blurring the lines anyway. Because it's like it's a bloody doll. Is it implying that it's using blood, which is like biology? Like what part of this is really mechanical? Like the other mechanicals was like there was a metal like mech looking demon. There was like a visor tech girl, which okay that makes sense. But this is pushing the mech side of it a little bit much for me.
Yeah. Create a let's see. Create a colorless
Construct
1/1
artifact creature. Are artifact creatures colors by default, or is that not the case?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Creature token. I think that's right. Colorless 1/1 puppet artifact creature token. I think that's how you word that.
I think it's odd that she creates colorless things, but is not colorless herself, even after she is augmented.
I don't
requires colorless mana to cast. So it's just weird to me.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird that she's. I mean, there's been lots of cards in Magic that do that. You know, artifacts just in general are colorless, so she makes artifacts, and those artifacts are colorless. I think that's fine. I think this.
Well, she also has the mech augment, right, which requires colorless mana.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
But I've already expressed my distaste of that.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, just a couple notes here about the wording. Again, here you have an issue where if you augment this creature, and not that you would, but let's just if you augment. No, sorry, I say that because if you augment this creature and they don't have a creature in play, you have to target one of your own things. Because it just says target creature. They can actually kind of get you with that. If you like go, all right, pay for mech augment my bloody doll, and then they go, all right, in response, you know, I'll cast Village Rites, sacrificing my creature, drawing 2 cards. They don't have any creatures in play anymore, and now you have to deal 4 damage to one of your own creatures. I mean, luckily she can take it, but just if you just specify target creature and opponent controls, you just avoid all that nonsense. That way, if they don't have anything in play, it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So this card has a lot of similar issues that we've discussed before, where you're not getting a permanent bonus on augmentation. Like this one kind of boggles my mind because it's like I wish these were just flipped, where it was like, you put her into play, she deals 4 damage to a creature. Just baseline. And then, if she's augmented, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 blah, 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 right?
Yeah, that would be better.
That just makes so much more sense to me. Because right now, so far what we've seen with augment is, it's like, I don't know, it's like activate this ability one time, and you just get like a one-time effect. But then, like, why call it augment at that point? I don't know. Just the augment thing, I think has a few issues, at least with the card designs we've seen. And
it would be interesting if maybe you could augment the puppets.
Sure, that would be cool. So,
like, or if instead of a puppet, like you're basically making a token copy of this card, so you have this thing where it's like you can keep pinging for 4 by just paying the mech augment cost. Maybe I'm just trying to get a way to make it more potent.
Yeah, this card's. I think this card is actually pretty weak because, so you're paying 6 mana for a 4/6, okay, and then you have to untap and cast some. And once you untap, you can cast some non-creature spells and create 1/1s. But there are cheaper cards that do things like this already. Like, for example, let's take a look at. There's a million, but like Monastery Mentor is probably the best example. I mean, this is I think a mythic, but okay. So this is a 3-mana 2/2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess onto the battlefield. Prowess meaning whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1.
Damn, that card is sick.
Yeah, so this card does a lot, and it's 3 mana, and I mean.
And it's got flavor text. It's just like, yeah, look at
Yeah.
me.
Again, this is a mythic, so we'll keep
Fair
that in
enough.
mind. But like, here's another really similar card: is Sahili Sublime Artificer. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. So this is like the same line of text here, right?
Hmm.
Then she has this other ability as well. But this is a 3 mana. This is essentially like a 3 mana enchantment, and then it also has this ability you can use a couple times. So I think this one's a little bit over costed for what it does. I mean, it's a like here's the thing, right? Is like when you play this at 6 mana, you've probably already cast most of your non-creature spells. 6 is a lot, right? I would much rather see this card cheaper,
Exactly.
and this would be a stronger card, right? Like,
I mean, I'm thinking even like a 2/4 or 1/3.
sure, yeah, anything like the stats I don't really care about. It's really the effect you want, right?
Yeah,
But like
exactly.
this effect at 6 is way worse than this effect at 3, because at 6 you've already probably cast most of your non-creature spells, so you're gonna be, and your payoff is pretty low here. You're getting a 1/1, right? So it's like it's gonna be tough for you to really like sort of get this thing going.
I wish there was a way. I wish the card interacted with the puppets in a more significant way. Like if there was a way for the puppets to be sacrificed whenever she would leave the battlefield or something like
Well,
that. Like
here's
some
a
way to utilize the puppets other than just being like a generic effect.
here's an idea, kind of just out of the blue. So this thing is kind of here, and it doesn't really. I don't really.
It's a red effect for a red card. That's
It,
kind of
yeah,
rare.
it doesn't help me understand any of the flavor of the card here. It's kind of just there. So like, imagine this was gone, and this text was here, right? And then it said, like, uh, if as long as Bloody Doll is augmented, puppets you control get +1/+1. So it's like
I was gonna say puppets you control like gain tap, sacrifices creature, deal 2 like basically it's like they explode.
sure, that anything like that. Give your
Yeah.
puppets a bonus of some kind, right? Because
Yeah,
you're
because then the augment would be significant, where it's like now I'm augmented, so my puppets are more dangerous.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So the way this card works, I'm not really a big fan of. I think there's a lot of directions you could go that would just improve this card design quite a bit. And I don't quite get the flavor on this one either. And there's plenty of room for flavor text here too, which wasn't included. So I mean, we've got the formatting issues here. We've got it's too expensive. It's not, it's not quite very, it's not very good. The augment effect here I think is pretty lame. And I just I wish there was more going on with like the theme here. The flavor, I don't quite get the flavor of this card. It just doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of very like similar art of dolls and things that I think would have been more appropriate for this. Because I'm a little bit torn on like what this is supposed to be. Is it a vampire type deal? Like there are other images in this style that could have been chosen to make the flavor make a little bit more sense to me. But as far as the actual card, there's a lot of things I don't like about this card. I don't like the. I'm a little bit the. I'm kind of questioning the augment cost being like default 4. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, to
I,
me, it seems like there hasn't been a lot of thought put into the augment costs. It seems like.
yeah, I think we've had one card had a 6 cost, right? Like the
That's right. Yeah.
I think yeah. So we've had there is at least like room for it to be
Oh
costly
yeah,
different.
absolutely,
And I
absolutely.
think
Yeah.
that the augmentation here is very odd because the augmentation is a one-time effect, but this card's main jam is this thing that you want running all the time, but augmenting it makes it a liability to make it easier to remove. if you have another card that like removes the augmentation. So it kind of goes against like what the card's trying to do. For this card to work, I think the augmentation needs to interact with its other ability to make it more lethal. So
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna give it like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with the 4 out of 10. I don't think this design really quite came together. So yeah, 4 out of 10 for Bloody Doll. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.